Shalom, I'm Rabbi Jonathan Ginsburg, the good and the bad of Reform Judaism. I spent 2 summers at a Jewish summer camp in Wisconsin under the auspices of the Reform movement, even though I was raised in an Orthodox and conservative school and raised in a conservative home, because I wanted to see what Reform Judaism really was. I figured that a camp was a great way to see it. And there was much beautiful about it and much that I ultimately rejected. First of all, what was beautiful? The rabbinic involvement, the flexibility, the opportunity for innovation, to rethinking Judaism. The music there was incredibly beautiful, the spirit, the singing, the study sessions and the discussion. Loved all of that. So what ultimately couldn't I abide? Well, first, the camp was treif, and it seemed bizarre to me that a Jewish summer camp appealing to Jewish children would have non-kosher food. Did not understand how they could. Now, they didn't serve any pork, but violating the other biblical laws of not buying meat under rabbinic supervision, not having separate dishes, meat and milk rules, all seemed something that wasn't very Jewish. Then they let people use the pop machine on Shabbat, spending money. There were various halachic violations that simply seemed over the top. I know that Reform Judaism basically says that people should be educated about the options and then choose for themselves. That didn't seem Jewish to me either. I know that's what people do. But Judaism was a legal system. It was a structured system where from top down God gave us the commandments. Our job is to interpret them and observe them, not decide for ourselves what commandments we should do. Now, of course, people don't observe all the commandments. People transgress the commandments. But it's a commandment system. That's what Judaism always was. And to say people can simply choose what they want to do did not seem to be reasonable. And so you have the good and the bad. Reform Judaism is obviously growing. They made a big appeal to intermarried families. And so many of their synagogues now are populated by families where the Jews and non-Jews, and that's something that the conservative movement needs to be more open and aggressive about. Reform Judaism has surpassed conservative Judaism as the largest American denomination. So there's obviously a lot of success there. Their schools are large, their camps are large. And so obviously there's a lot of vitality, but there are certainly drawbacks to the idea of letting people choose. For example, their synagogue services are, by and large, don't follow all of the traditional rules. Now you could say that about conservative synagogues too. Most conservative synagogues try it, but they modify things based on what they think is a reasonable system of traditional Judaism. And so those are some of the issues with Reform. Not sure which way it's headed. They've made definite strides in the last 10 years to be more traditional. And so whereas originally you found a prayer book with virtually no Hebrew, almost all English when I grew up, opening from the English side, and people not wearing yarmulkes and talitot, today a Reformed service can look more like a conservative or traditional service with kippot, talitot, prayer books with much Hebrew, opening the Hebrew side. And so there obviously have been changes. Personally couldn't be a Reform Jew, but I salute them on their innovations and their efforts to try and bring ideas to Judaism that can help revitalize Judaism. And as they move closer to tradition, there probably will be at some point a more mainstream American form of Judaism that involves the dietary rules being taught, the Sabbath rules being observed traditionally by the synagogue communities, with the different religious dress and styles that now exist. That's a short, brief view of Reform Judaism.